What's up and welcome to my channel. So I am back with a kind of a different video. I think it's kind of like story time. Well, as you can judge from the title, this video is going to be all about my dating disasters. So I'm going to probably do a little exposing here, but the exposure is not so much on the men themselves, it's more so on me because I think I have a problem. So we are going to talk all about my dating disasters and why I need to just probably figure it out. So if you want to hear all about my dating disasters and me exposing them as well as myself, then let's go. A little quick backstory on Jason. Jason and I met at a casino, and it was kind of like a little bar slash restaurant in the casino where a lot of people would go, like on the weekends, and listen to music, eat good food, all that good stuff. So that's how him and I met, and I kind of started talking to him after I had one Cosmo. When I drink, I get very, very sociable. So I started talking to him. I ended up giving him my number that night. Boom, history. Him and I unfortunately didn't work out, which was cool because we parted on good terms. We weren't like angry at each other or anything like that. We just realized that it just wasn't working anymore. And we had a good 5-year run. So that was the end of that. And then I started dating Brandon. You've seen him on my channel before too. It was cool, but again, sometimes things just don't work out. That unfortunately didn't work out either. And I think that lasted probably like a year and a half or two off and on. So that was that. And then I kind of chilled out for a second. And then I was like, okay, let me just put myself out there and date around, see what's out there, see what's popping in the streets, which I'm really not good at dating because first, before Brandon, I was in a marriage for 5 years, so I didn't know how to get back out there and date. So it was just like kind of like weird to me because I'm like, I was in a whole marriage like for 5 years. Like I don't really know how this works. And so much has changed because it wasn't so hard back in the day. Like guys would be coming like out of left field, like left and right, and then now it's just like a whole new day and age. So it was just really weird. And I met Brandon, by the way, on Plenty of Fish. So yeah. So that was that. So then after that, I was like, okay, let me try Plenty of Fish again. And then I was just over it. I don't know what happened. Like it just went downhill. And I was just like, okay, I'm not gonna do this anymore because it's just not working. Like it's just like trying to like create a man that you want in your head and then just getting disappointed over and over again because you can't kind of like put them together. But anyway, so I did end up meeting 2 of the guys that I'm going to talk about today on there. Yeah, 2. And the first one, we're going to call him Superfly. Because he was like really, he was very attractive. He was an older guy. He was older than me actually. Kind of going through some stuff. Did not have all his shit together, which was cool. Listen, I'm gonna ride with you. If I think we hit it off, like I'm gonna ride with you. And you know, because I don't have all my shit together either. But you know, I'm not out here struggling in the streets or anything like that. But like, you know, I mean, I don't expect to meet a millionaire. Whatever. So he was kind of like struggling or whatever, which was cool, but we was still like vibing, hit it off. Took a long time to meet up because I felt like he was playing games. A lot of times these dudes be playing games about meeting up, and I'm like, listen, I don't have time to waste. I'm almost 40. I don't have time to waste. So finally we met up after like, I don't know, maybe like a year or something, and because we would just text off and on. And then finally we met up, we hit it off really good, And then we like chilled a couple times after that. And then like he had opened up to me that like he was in like a really long relationship. Things ended up not working out. I think like she cheated, and like that really broke him as a person. And like he was still like scarred from that. And like after that relationship, he just totally like gave up, and then like didn't care about anything, like just didn't want to deal with life. So then when I met him, that's when he was like starting to get his stuff back on track. So I understood. The problem with Superfly is he wanted to have relationship benefits, but not the commitment. And I'm like, no sir, I'm not about that life. Like, no, either we're gonna work towards something and gradually hit those levels, or we just gonna be cool. And that's gonna be that. That's where we bumped heads a lot of times, and where we stopped talking a lot of times. Cause like, again, he wanted this, and I'm like, no, not without this. So I was like, listen, it ain't going down like that. You're not about to have me out here in these streets blindfolded. No, I'm not doing that. I was like, we could be cool all day, like all day. He would always be like, okay, that's cool. But then still ask me to send him pictures, different type of pictures though. You know what pictures I'm talking about. And I'm just like, nah, I'm good on that. Here we go again, and I have to remind him again. No. And then he would always be like, well, I miss you. And he was just, again, I think he was low-key trying to manipulate the situation, I feel like. So that was that. That was Superfly. Next, we gonna call this one, I think I want to call him Magic or Abracadabra, because he would be here and then nowhere to be found. He'll text me in the morning, good morning, beautiful. And then he'll pop back up with another text. Him and I ended up actually meeting up because, again, I met him, I guess, when he was not doing so good. I don't know what the hell, like this is starting to become a pattern. So I met him when he was, I guess, figuring it back out, getting his life together, because we had started talking. I think this is another one I met off POF. We had started talking, and then, I just gotta check my phone because I gotta pick Kehlani up. And then, we didn't meet up for a while because, again, they like prolong it for whatever reason. Oh, because they're getting their stuff together. So then we would text, we wouldn't meet up. So I'm like, okay, well, this is not going anywhere. I don't need any text friends. Like, I don't need that. I don't need a whole bunch of people to text my phone. Like, that's, I don't need it. We ended up stopped talking. Then he popped up again, Magic. And he explained to me that he wasn't able to take me out or whatever because he was getting his stuff back together, He kind of was like on his feet now. So we ended up meeting up. We went to this really nice restaurant on the rooftop, and I think it was Italian. And I was like, okay, he's not that bad. I was attracted to his height. I was attracted to his skin color because he was a dark complexion, and we all know those dark Bavarians. So he had tattoos. I mean, his body wasn't all the way fit. Even though he was younger than me, his body wasn't like all the way in shape. You could tell he was like, I don't know. Well, he was cool. We started, you know, texting on the regular, but like, again, sporadic texts like throughout the day. He ended up getting his own spot. I went and chilled with him a couple times. I really think he was really trying to like lock it down, but I was just like still trying to like see if like I could be with you. And then like he was a smoker. I don't really like smokers. I wasn't 100% attracted to him, just again like specific things, height, tattoos, complexion, and like he was very smart. We could hold a conversation about whatever and like that. really like draws me in when a guy's like really smart, and I'm talking about like book smart, like that, like draws me straight in, because that means we could take conversation to all kinds of levels. Like that is like a turn on to me. So he was really smart, really Black Panther-ish, I mean, for the people. We hung out a couple times, but then I just kept feeling like, again, he was a little bit younger than me, so I just kind of felt like his priorities were different than mine. We ended up stopped talking because I think he was like having issues with things I posted online, and I'm like, listen, I'm a single woman. I can post what I want to post. Okay? But yeah, he had an issue with that, so he was like, I can't talk to you. And I was just like, I mean, that's fine. I'm sorry. It has to be that way, but it's fine. And that's how I know, like, I wasn't really into him, because if I'm like, okay. So that was him. Magic. Abracadabra. And so next, we're going to call him Credentials. Mr. Credentials, because I think more so than anything, I was attracted to his credentials. Not so much him, because I don't think I was really attracted to him. I was attracted to what I wanted him to be, and I think he caught on to it, and I think he called me out on my shit. And, well, he was a lot different than all the rest. He had his shit together. He had a career. He worked with children, and he had his own spot and education, and I think I was more attracted to, like, I would probably have a good life with him. Like, he would treat me right, he would wine and dine me, he would be everything I needed for my children and I mean, perfect guy in a perfect world, perfect guy with a little tweaks here and there. He, oh my gosh, was from another state, and I'm kind of like trying to tread lightly because I don't really know if they still watch my videos. So, oh gosh. So he was from another state. He actually came to visit me 2 times. We had a really good time when we hung out together. But again, I don't think I was fully attracted to his physical being or who he actually was. I think I was still like attracted to like his profile picture. I met this one on Instagram. He started following me on Instagram. I saw his profile picture. I was like, oh, he cute. So I followed him back. And then he started liking my pictures. I started liking his pictures. You know how that goes. So then one day he slid in my DM and made a comment about 1981, which is the year I was born. And so we started talking from there. And again, I was trying to make myself attracted to this guy because I was like, he would be really good for me. Like, he would probably motivate me the way I need to be motivated. He would probably like help me get my life together and stop procrastinating, because I procrastinate a lot. I just felt like he could do it for me. But the only problem was that I could not push myself to be fully attracted to him. Like, I just couldn't do it. And I tried. Like, we've even talked about like things in the future, moving together and all this stuff, and it all sounded good. It really did. And I was like trying to like paint it out in my mind. But I knew, like, in the way back, as we're making these future plans, I knew in the way back, like, probably not. Because he was ready to commit. He was ready to lock it down. And this is how I know that I'm not fully in. If I'm not ready to like jump out the window, and if I keep putting the brakes, I'm really not that into you. And I'm probably just trying to hold on to, we got along, we could talk about whatever. He was very smart. Again, that draws me in. We could talk about anything, political, space, religion, anything. And we're both Aries. We were both very opinionated. Except for when we clashed, we clashed because my attitude is super bad. Like, I can go from 0 to 100 real quick. And it takes me a second to bring it back down and to come back to life. So, those weren't good. But he was very patient. He was very calm and collected. He had a slick ass mouth, but he was very calm and collective and was very argumentative like I am. And then like we would bump heads there. So eventually, like, he wanted to know too much. He wanted to know too much, and I didn't want to give him so much so fast. And so eventually that's what broke it, because I was just like, you need to relax. And he couldn't relax. He wanted to know everything. He wanted me to be like an open book about everything. And I usually am an open book. I'll tell you whatever you want to know, whatever it is you need to know. But not when I feel pressure. If you pressure me, it's going to make me not want to do it. It's going to make me like back away, because it's like too much. You're overwhelming me. Like too much. Too much. Calm down. Calm down. So eventually he caught on that, you know, I can't, he said he couldn't shut his mind off because he needed to know these things. I said, I'm not going to just be open, giving you every detail aspect of my life right up front. Like, it's just, I'm just not going to do that. And so eventually I knew, like, yeah, I should probably just let this go, because I'm probably not ever going to commit to this man. So he was really good with my kids too. So that was that one. That was Mr. Credential. And then there were like a few here and there, but they're like not really about nothing. So I'm just like, so after all of that, do you think I'm still out here in these streets trying to date? I am not. So that was it. All of my dating disasters exposed. A lot of it I do think it has to do with me. A lot of times I could probably just nip it in the bud and, you know, just be like, yeah, no, this ain't it. But I don't know what I'm holding on to or what I was trying to hold on to. I was probably just, I don't know, wanting someone to be there. I don't know. And then I started getting comfortable with the fact that I'm going to be single, which was cool, and I could deal with that. But thank you so much for sitting here while I rambled on about my dating disasters. If you are out there dating, like, let me know. Tell me, where are you meeting these people at? Because I don't go out. I don't do anything. Let's be a shoulder for each other. Because it's hard out here. Especially if you're a single parent. It's really hard out here. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and I will see you in my next video. Bye. Peace.